6 o'clock in the morning on the second day of the Uluru tour. The sun is thinking about coming up. Off in the distance is the impressive mesa. Impressive in terms of this part of Australia, where it looks like the only one we're going to see, as opposed to, for example, Utah, where they're all over the place. But everything has to be taken in its own context. This is one of the things you find out about travel, is that it's not how does something compare to what's in the United States, except as a factual comparison for an American's interest. But it's more importantly, how does the thing compare or relate to the other aspects of the country you're visiting. Because the irony is that while one single bush would have little interest in many places of the world, certainly Alaska, well, parts of Alaska, maybe here, that one tree, if it's found out in a nullarbor or nullarbor, is a very novel thing and represents a whole unique story in ecology. Here in the early morning while we're having breakfast, there's a little rainstorm going on above us as the sun makes its attempt to rise. Producing even now some very pretty colors. It's always an irony that in the desert you can appreciate so much more of the simple little things because there's so little of them. This is a distant shot of Uluru, which we'll go to this afternoon. This is Kata Tjuta. One of the equally fascinating things about Australia and New Zealand is the love of older American music, pop music. It's interesting how climbable this looks. Probably once you're up there, it gets pretty steep. And here's a good example of the flaking off. I can't remember what it is. Same thing you see on Independence Rock. Amount of anticipation as you look up that new canyon. Zebrafish.
Now you won't ever find these guys about more than 3 kilometres from water. Now there is normally a fair bit of water around Kata Tjuta, so that's why they're here. And because we haven't had rain in so long, this is their best source of water.
Interesting that we're now climbing up that side canyon that I referred to earlier.
Alright guys, once you've had a few photos, sit down and we'll have a chat. And this stuff that I've got here in my hand.
This is the Cheshire cat. Well, how pretty this would be during a rain. See the water cascading down from up above. Okay, we came down from that canyon and now we're walking through this landscape of the Kata Tjuta. We're not allowed to go off trail as part of the restrictions of the Aboriginals who own this park. Same valley, and we're working our way out of it amidst a bazillion flies that I'm intellectually trying to ignore, except when it becomes most onerous. Flies are getting even more persistent. After a while it just becomes brutal. They just mob your face for the water, and your eyes and your nose and your skin. Back is really starting to hurt, like serious. This is the route back to the car park along the original route that we took up. It's a pretty area to hike in. Fortunately, the clouds are keeping it very cool, which is very nice. This is a distance viewing platform